I know something's about to go down.
We're back.
Oh, gosh.
The grannies are back.
Hey, dude.
How's it going?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm very good, thank you. I'm very good. Have you had a nice little break?
This has been a real break, hasn't it?
I know. The last time we podded was the live show. We haven't done anything in between.
Have you got a bit of PTSD from it?
I did, actually. Like, when I came into the room and started setting up the equipment, I did have this feeling of, like, sheer dread that I'd have to just look at your face for 24 hours.
And talk out your lips.
Talk out my lips, yeah, all those bits.
And say words and stuff for, like, hours on end.
But I mean, I guess we should say, everyone, thank you so much for being a part of the live show. We managed to raise just under £1,600.
Yeah, which is like £1,600 more than I thought we would raise. So
me too.
It's pretty good going. I was so I felt really good after it. Actually, I thought we did
me too.
really, really great job at keeping ourselves sane. It wasn't that difficult.
No,
it was. No. It was weird. There was like a weird thing that happened at like 3 a.m. when I had a bit of an out of body experience.
Yeah. I was trying to think back. I was thinking back because I knew that we had this show coming up, and I was like, "Oh, we'll talk about the live pod on this one,
right?
First episode back. Let's have a chat. Let's decompress." I was trying to figure out like what the hardest section was, like what were my highs, what were my lows, what were the things that nobody knows that went down behind the scenes. Some dirty stuff, some bad stuff went down.
Early in the hours stuff.
Yeah, and I think the worst section for me was like, I think it must have been like from 2 a.m. to 6, maybe even earlier.
No. I was there. And I know what happened. Mm-hmm. You fell down. You fell down about, I think it was about 6 a.m. I think after our last break, you think
I lasted that long?
Yeah, I think you did really well. You lasted longer than me throughout most of it, and that's why I think when it hit like 6 a.m, you were like, "Oh God, I've got 3 hours to keep talking."
Yeah.
And then suddenly. And then what point in the night did you like get something in your eye? Because like they got redder and redder, but like I thought that like you burst like a blood vessel or something.
It was early days. 10
minutes in.
Honestly, like at like 2 p.m.
What did you do?
I don't know. I felt like I just had something in my eye, and then I just kept rubbing it. It's this one, wasn't it? I just kept rubbing it.
Couldn't stop you rubbing it.
No one was stopping me rubbing it. So, Alfie, it's a bloody charity fundraiser. You stop rubbing it on cam.
I know, you're rubbing it, and there's people here watching you rub it.
See, your blood vessels just getting veinier and veinier. What's going on?
And it's getting harder and harder for you to stop rubbing it.
Exactly.
So stop bloody rubbing it.
I don't know, I'm sorry. But no, so I rubbed it, and it just got really bad. And I remember going to the bathroom, not even that late, maybe like 10 o'clock. And you know me, I've got those deep sunken eyes we all know about.
They're looking great, by the way.
Well, yeah, they're looking a bit better.
They're looking better.
It's amazing how quickly they come out of their sockets when I have a break from screens and work. Because we've also had a little holiday, which is why we didn't have an episode last week. So again, welcome back to the podcast and thank you for tuning in.
Yeah, it was a great way to debrief after quite an interesting thing to do. I can't say I've ever done anything like that before. I really enjoyed it.
I've got so much to talk about with the live pod, and you've interrupted my story about my eye. So I went to the bathroom like 10 o'clock, and I remember looking in the mirror thinking, what's gone on? Like, has someone shot you in the eye with an arrow and all your blood vessels are just destroyed? I had the reddest eye I think anyone's ever had in the world.
You had that old pink eye, maybe.
Yeah, I did smell some funny things going on.
No, your eye really stunk.
My eye stunk as shit.
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm like, I could see it. It's getting smellier and smellier, and I was like, he's pink eyed, that thing.
Got the old charity pink eye.
I think I looked fresh as a daisy throughout the whole
you
night.
You did. You actually did.
No. I find it really kind of easy. People are like, oh, how did you talk to each other for that long? And I actually, I like talking to you. You're a good person to talk to.
My the weird thing about the live show with that was like we got like 16 hours in, and I feel like and it was all fresh, like I had so much shit to talk about, and I feel like we covered that space quite well.
Yeah.
And then it did go downhill. That's what I mean. That's why I think from like 2 a.m. till 6, even like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Everything coming out of my mouth was shit.
Yeah. And it wasn't the being up for 24 hours. My main concern before we did it was that I would get really sleepy and I'd struggle to stay awake. But that wasn't the thing. It was that our brains had been working and talking for that long.
Yeah.
I'd never done that before.
Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? Like sustaining conversation for 24 hours.
Yeah.
Like even the act of talking, I was really worried that my voice was going to go.
Yeah.
And you know how important my voice is.
I know
you're
like a canary.
I am.
You are a canary. Very precious vocal cords that you need to look after.
Delicate little canary vocal cords
that
I need to look after. But so actually, that was the one thing I was surprised about. My voice didn't go. It felt tough the day after.
Yeah. I felt a bit rough, but we were fine. We did it.
We managed it, didn't we?
You know what? Let's do it again. Right now.
Right now, 24s.
What are the odds we just do every episode for 24 hours?
That's the way forward now.
Can you imagine if we did that once a week? We just were like, oh yeah, we do that thing for 24 hours.
I saw
stupid.
I saw a podcast when I was researching our stream. And someone has a podcast called the 24-hour podcast. And what they did was they did a 24-hour podcast, but then they broke it into 24 episodes. I just thought, you've been lazy, mate. You're cheating.
Yeah.
We released an episode the Monday after the live show.
We did.
Like, I was amazed that people actually listened and downloaded it. I thought, are you not sick of us yet?
Well, clearly not. These grannies just keep going.
We gave them a break. That's why we gave them a break. Had a week off.
Well, we've been sewing, haven't we? And we've been.
That's why I pulled the all wide here, because I wanted to show everyone.
We've been busy.
The amazing merch
in the workshop, haven't we? Working on our t-shirts. My hands.
We have the Chinese slaves have.
My hands are. We have got a couple of them in.
We don't do it. We export. No, we ain't got. We're doing 24-hour Chinese podcasts. What are you talking about? We ain't doing this.
No, we just crack the whip, don't we?
We slave labor.
Make those granny t-shirts, and you better make them now, otherwise no spam for you. That's what we said. Yeah.
But if anybody wants an I Could Be Your Grandma shirt, you can head over to our merch store. There's beautiful Bridget modeling the navy colour there as well.
If you're one of those people who don't have t-shirts, you don't wear t-shirts, and you don't have anything to you just find yourself like, oh yeah, I've never owned a t-shirt, because I think there are some people out there that
oh yeah, we have a lot of no-shirters in our fan base.
Yeah 100%. Well, don't worry, we've got your back. We've got t-shirts that you can wear.
Look at all this amazing stuff. You can get a mug. You can get the I Could Be Your Grandma mug, which is right bloody here as well.
Yeah.
You can get yourself a lovely little beanie, which we have got, which one of us isn't wearing. Should be wearing the beanie.
Isn't it a bit lame, though? Isn't it just a bit weird if we wear all the merch?
Yeah, I figured we had to do it for one episode, didn't we? We just had to get the merch on for this, and then I can't be seen. No. Although I have worn this shirt this week already, and I was at work.
Did anyone say anything?
No one said anything, but I felt their eyes judging. I felt they could think.
Did you?
Yeah.
Did someone look at it and then?
Well, no, because I've been working from home most of the week. I didn't wear it in the office. I wore it on Zoom, just like this.
And nobody said, "Oh, you're wearing your t-shirt."
No, no one said that.
I think that means that they hate the podcast.
No, I don't know.
Surely.
But I don't think they're my demographic anyway, are they, really?
Oh, I'd feel so I'd feel so lame. I'd feel so like, I can't believe I've just worn this t-shirt and nobody said, hey, that your t-shirt from your podcast.
Yeah, but I didn't wear it intentionally looking for that. I didn't notice. The truth is I got up really late. I wore it to bed, got up really late, and then jumped on the Zoom meeting that
Absolute pig.
I know.
Yeah.
This is what happens.
Is it a nice sleeping tea?
Oh, it's a beautiful sleeping tea.
Yeah.
Oh.
Breathable?
The most breathable.
Well, our workers work really hard to make them the finest quality, don't they?
They do. They do. You can literally see the blood, sweat, and the tears in the material.
Yeah. Just don't look on the inside.
No.
Drenched in finger stuff. Anyway,
finger stuff.
So how have you been? Because we had a week away, didn't we? We went on a little jolly holiday.
We did,
and we're back. And then I went away and left you by your little self for like 3 days.
It's been horrible.
Yeah, have you missed me?
Yes.
Say that more convincingly, dear.
I have. You know me. I'm a person that likes his own space and time.
Yeah.
And it's very rare.
Has it been nice to have, just to hang out with your wang out?
Me, myself, and Wang have got to know each other very well.
That's just one of the workers we've got.
Exactly.
We let him come upstairs to have tea, and he can chill. When one of us isn't in, he's a good companion. You to come and just
me, myself, and Wang. So true, so good, so good. Yeah, no, Wang's been great. Yeah. Wang has
made you dinner.
Made me dinner. Kept me company. Pleasured me. It's this because it won't always be Wang, you see. Because the thing is that it's usually the stitcher of the month, isn't it? So whoever stitched the most that month gets the privilege of being in the big house for however long. Yeah,
the stitcher of the month, and Wang has only been up here a few times, but when he stitches, his stitches are...
I said when we first met him, I said, no one stitches like Wang. No one stitches like Wang. And you didn't believe me.
I said, I don't believe you, because I don't think he's got the... I just didn't think he had the hands for it. Because I looked at his hands and they were really shiny and soft.
Oh.
Like when he shook my hand for the first time, it was like...
you had the Wang hang shake, did you?
Yeah, the Wang shake. And it was slippery.
Slippery?
Yeah, like, I was like...
He must have been in pleasuring me.
It was just after.
We don't have Chinese slaves. Right then. What were you asking me?
I was saying, how have you been? You've been on your own.
I had something really interesting to tell you, and it slipped out my bloody mind. I was just thinking about Wang too much. God damn you, Wang.
Would it be nice to have a person in the house, like a third person that just like helped you out with stuff?
Yeah.
Someone that, like a maid or a...
Would it be nice to have a third person in the house? Yeah, I guess it's like the ultimate rich fantasy, isn't it? Someone does your cleaning for you.
Would you get a robot when they're available?
A robot?
Yeah, like would you get a robot to come in and cook, and you just program it and go like, these are the meals we want, washing to be done this day, cleaning here, all the little jobs. I mean, I'm in. I'm thinking about it in my head now. I'm like, yeah, it'd be great.
Isn't it funny that in this day and age I distrust a robot maid more than a real maid? Because usually you'd think human error is involved. Like I just think that, like, my phone is listening to me right now, looking dramatically throwing Wang into the algorithm, trying to come back with some ad that relates to Wang stuff.
Yeah.
And I just feel like if I had a robot in the house, I mean, I do. I have a robot in the house now with my phone and shit.
No, but not a robot that actually does good stuff. Like they're useless, really.
What do you mean? Phones do good stuff.
No, but like they don't actually physically just do run you a bath.
Is that what the robot would do?
It would clean up. It would cook.
Right.
It would take the bins out. That's all I want, is a robot that takes the bins out. In fact, I'd be happy doing the other stuff if I could just have that. Yep, done. Thank you.
Our bin is literally like next to a window.
It's always...
You could just chuck it. Or we could make like a little pulley system.
We could become like Wallace and Gromit, and just like have those little contraptions.
Yeah, that'd be nicer than a robot.
To do it ourselves.
Yeah. Would you not just feel weird with a little sneaky robot just going around your house, just sweeping? What's that episode of something we saw?
Is it Black Mirror?
No, the other one, the animated one.
Oh, the Love, Death and Robots.
Yeah, do you not remember that episode? That robot tried to kill her.
Well, the Hoover. The Hoover.
Was it a Hoover?
It was a little Hoover, wasn't it? It's like, oh yeah, it did try and kill her. Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
That was the episode that was like, don't get a robot in your house.
Exactly. And I've listened to him, taking their advice, and I'm not having a robot in the house.
You said, isn't it weird that I distrust a robot more than I would a human? And I thought that was such an interesting thing that you said, because, like, yeah, of course. Like,
yeah, doesn't that make sense?
Yeah, of course it makes sense.
But isn't it mad that I have to say it though, Bridget? It's mad that I have to say I distrust a robot more than a human, because like the way the world is now.
Yeah, but you distrust what we've been told a robot is. You haven't actually had what a robot is.
No, I have though, because I've seen.
I have though.
I've seen what they can do. Have you not seen Terminator? I don't know why I went West Country, but it sounds funny.
It's because all of them have seen Terminator and they love it.
Yeah. No, the bloody robots.
Tell me.
Like everything in our society now is technology driven, technology based, technology focused, technology heavier, but like none of it is built really to assist us. Isn't it weird that like we have these things that we're sold that are meant to assist?
Yes.
But they don't really. Yes. They're always playing into the hands of the bigger man.
You know what they do? They distract us from the real things that are going on.
And that's what this podcast is all about.
We did conspiracy hours in the 24-hour pod.
Oh my God.
I really think we should just keep returning back to them quite regularly, to be honest.
I think there's a lot of content in the 24-hour pod that we will probably have to bring back up because when Birds Aren't Real came and went in the early hours, and yeah go on, what were you going to say about
I was just just to put that aside for a second, we had no technology last week on our holiday, did we? Because we were in the middle of nowhere, and I found it was a really nice break from all things technological.
It was nice.
We had a DVD player for the first time.
Yeah, putting a DVD in was weird.
It was fun, wasn't it?
I honestly forgot how they worked.
Yeah, me
like
too.
I knew you put them in, but then like those pre-roll DVD trailers you get.
Yeah.
I mean, it was made harder because the remote didn't work.
Yeah.
But like, I was like, what? Why is the film just not playing straight away? Like when I click on Netflix, what's this? And then you get those weird. Excuse me.
Yeah, sorry, it's that port.
You get those weird, like DVD menus.
When it play and there's graphics that play behind the DVD menu.
Yeah.
That would have been someone's job once to make those
to design
bits.
the menu, definitely.
Do they must still make DVD versions of films?
I think they make Blu-ray, don't they?
What's that? What's Blu-ray?
It's like the 4K version or the Ultra HD version. I mean, I honestly, Bridge, I couldn't tell you.
I never know. I've never known what Blu-ray is.
Did you ever fall asleep to a DVD? Because that's what I used to do. Before the days of not fall asleep with a DVD, like in your hand, resting on a pillow.
Good night, DVD.
I mean, like, did you ever like have a? Because me and you fall asleep
to stuff.
Most people I know fall asleep to stuff. That's a weird thing our grandparents will have never done, is fallen asleep to shit. No, maybe they fell asleep to the radio, but like, not like. I reckon the percentage of people that fall asleep to stuff is so much higher.
Well, I had a conversation with my family a while ago, and I was like, yeah, I'll put on an episode, like, The Office, Friends, something's playing in the background, and they were all like, what?
Yeah. Find it weird.
I don't think anyone in our immediate family does what we do.
But anyway, to go back to the DVD thing.
Yes.
Go back to the DVD thing. Right? Did you ever fall asleep to a DVD?
Probably,
because what would happen is that the DVD would the film would fin, and then the menu would just play on repeat. And it's like a 30-second menu in it, maybe 60 seconds, depending on what it is.
Yeah.
And it would do its thing.
Yeah.
And I remember like the DVD I fell asleep to a lot in my youth when DVDs were a thing was Ali G movie.
I wasn't expecting that. I wasn't expecting that. The Ali G. What was the tune behind? Was it the?
I'm trying to remember now. It was
Julie,
no, it wasn't that good. It was like just like.
Oh, you turned
generic...
it on with your big bob alarms.
Is that like Shaggy?
No, I think that was the Ali G song.
Yeah, Majuli, isn't it? Majuli, yeah. So yeah, but it was just I just remember that it was like him and Martin Freeman, and like some random scene from the film, I think.
That kept playing on repeat.
I heard it so much that like I'd fall asleep and I'd watch that film a lot. There was like a phase in my life for about 6 months I just fell asleep to it. Not because I loved it so much, just because it was like I just knew I fell asleep to it sort of thing. And it got to the point where like I'd think I'd hear it at school like during the day. Like I obviously heard it so much in my sleep for like 6 months.
Oh my god!
I just turned around to my teacher one day. I was like, "Hear me now,
hear me now, Majuli."
Yeah, and then there was another DVD I fell asleep to with a weird venue. I think it might have been Phoenix Nights, and that was the you know the theme tune to Phoenix Nights.
Yeah.
Not.
Good times. No. Good times. Well, we did fall asleep. We watched some the thing about this place that we're in on holiday is that it had TV, but we don't ever watch TV.
Never watch TV.
We just watch whatever thing that we're watching, like a TV show.
Yeah.
So we don't watch the channels, and we watched some wacky stuff, didn't we? That was like why is it past a certain hour Channel 4 just plays 24 hours in the police, 24 hours in A&E, 24 hours in, you know, as a binman.
It's murder, babies,
drugs, homelessness,
stealing petrol,
death,
horrible stuff. Channel 4.
Yeah, sort it out, will you?
But then, oh yeah, that was wild. It was mad.
It was wild. I remember one of the police women being like, I love it how that in the morning everybody just gets up and goes to work and no one has any idea of what happens in the night.
Why is it that like criminals come out at night?
Probably because they get away with it.
Maybe. But like, do you know what I mean? Like everyone's tired. Like what are they
not like proper sleeping?
Yeah, what are they doing during the day?
They're planning and plotting.
Plotting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to siphon petrol for tank.
Yeah, they've got their big blueprints of the places they're going to go to with all the diamonds.
It's not bloody Pink Panther.
It is.
Do you really think fucking Gary from Moston has got a blueprint? No.
It's because they, you know, I don't know, Alf. It just makes sense that it happens at night. It makes sense.
Yeah, but think about the 24-hour pod.
Right.
You know, I'm guessing I'm being stupid, really, because I know what happens during the day. They bloody shoot up.
Right.
Yeah, they shoot up, right?
I know.
They drink.
Waste of space.
They waste my tax money, right? Right? And then they get up in the night and fucking steal my bike from my shed that I don't have.
Yeah. I don't want to offend any the police out there listening to this pod.
Oh man.
But I did feel like there was no.
We're not pro police on this pod, are we? We're not pro anything. Pro merch.
We're pro slaves working in our house making the t-shirts.
We're pro Chinese slave labor
because everybody has 24 hours in a day.
Absolutely.
And these guys, you know, 24 hours. You know, one t-shirt an hour. You know what I mean? You do the math. Anyway,
we're pro Wang. Pro Wang.
Next t-shirt, pro Wang.
Oh my god! Actually, yeah, we should mention that we will have more merch out. So if you don't like the standard I Could Be Your Grandma logo, we need to put a pot. We need to do some admin, babe, because we've been off for a couple of weeks, haven't we? We need to do some pod admin.
No one cares about the pod admin.
Yeah, no, we have to care. They don't care. We have to care for them.
Okay, guys, quickly listen. So do the usuals, social channels, right? You're going to go onto YouTube, subscribe if you enjoy what you if you enjoy what you hear or watch. You want to go to all our social medias, follow, like, blah 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 blah, and then sign up to the Patreon if you want to get some juicy stuff, and then the merch stuff. Have I done it okay?
That's the best you've ever done that.
It's because when you tell me what to do, it just goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah. Yeah, usually we'll do like a little... You'll have seen them. We do like a little pre-roll for the show where Bridget will go... Because we use Bridget because you're a gentle female soul and people will listen to you. And you got a beautiful face. You got a face that sells, darling. You got a face that sells.
No, it's because you scream at you go, tits and teeth, Bridge. Yes. Tits and teeth.
Exactly. And what is it? More tits, less teeth.
More tits, less teeth, please.
Yeah, what were we talking about? The Wild TV show with the people that steal things in the middle of the night.
I'm not anti-police, right? However, they're not great, are they? They weren't great. I just remember watching this 24 Hours in the police force. You know, and
do you know any police?
Do
you know anyone in the force?
Okay, they're not.
Because I do, yeah. And
right.
I'm going to get you fucking arrested right now.
You just
I am going to send this footage off and they are going to knock on your door.
Those blue knuckles will come a knocking.
You're laughing.
No, I'm not. I don't think they're all bad, but I do think I think my problem is the system us humans have set up to police people. No, it don't work, does it? Because people do need to be stopped if they're being harmful and violent.
It's a big topic, this, Bridge.
I know. You know what? I've not prepared anything.
It's a big topic. You've not let me plan anything for.
Can we come back to the police maybe another day?
Oh, no, I just think we go for it.
Okay, great. The police.
People have had a week off. They want to come back and they want to hear us talk about the weirdest shit we can. And
okay.
We're not educated people, so let's talk police.
Okay, let's go. So, do you know what they do? Do you know what they do for us apart from just like make arrests and stuff? Like, I'm gonna take my cardi off. Hang on, I'm gonna get into
that's
this.
it, baby. You get that logo out. You sell that merch.
Okay. Go. So, when I was watching the 24 Hours in the police force,
yes.
The thing that really baffled me was that they kept talking about criminals. All of them at one point when they did the little interviews were like, criminals do this, criminals come in at night, criminals get out at night, they go and they steal and they rob and they do drugs, and criminals know that they're going to go out and we're there to stop these criminals. I was like, they're not criminals though, are they? They're just people who are in a really bad way, who haven't had the right cards dealt, probably, that have made a bad choice, are out to do harm. Most of them have just drank a lot and have got into a right mess. They're not criminals, they're just people making bad choices.
It's a very, very empathetic way of looking at things.
I'm a very empathetic person.
I say this all the time.
But on the other hand,
yeah,
lock them up.
Get rid of them.
Put them all on an island.
Get them off. Get them in the Chinese labour camps. Get them stitching our shirts.
Like what?
Well, what do you want?
That guy. There was one guy who they were like, oh, he's known in the area. Every couple of months, we catch him stealing petrol. You okay there? Mm-hmm. You've got a very watery beard.
Oh, goodness. I just forgot about that story.
So it's like every couple of months we know him.
It was so sad though. We can't laugh at it. It was so sad. The state that man was in.
So sad, and he was just like walking down the like motorway with like these empty barrels,
massive buckets.
Like what? Where you going with these? What do they call them? Like.
Canisters? Drums.
Where you going with them drums, love? And then...
But he like casually like hid them under his jacket and like tried to throw them away. These massive fucking like 40-litre drums.
And she was like, and then I knew, I could smell it on him. He absolutely reeks of petrol.
But they didn't explain the story before. So like when you saw, because she didn't say that, did she? She said, I smelled it on him and I knew. Yeah. And we were like, oh fuck, maybe he's like drinking loads, or he's been making drugs. Like she can smell the chemicals. I thought he was making drugs.
That's what I thought. And I also, part of me, my first thought was, oh, he's not well. He's like pouring petrol on himself. That's not a good thing to do.
No.
So I've heard.
Oh, you thought he was going suicide?
Or like a weird, like, people, that woman that likes to eat talcum powder? I need to show that video.
No.
Yeah, there's a woman who eats like spoonfuls of talcum powder. And it's like it's a disorder that she's got.
Right.
Yeah.
I just need to see this.
I watched it a couple of months ago. It's really sad. She goes through like a lot as well.
Oh, Bridget, surprise, surprise. It's a bloody Daily Mail story.
Yeah, well, we love the Mail.
We've been on the Mail.
They do really good, thorough journalistic investigation, and I'm all here for it.
A bottle a day?
Mm-hmm. Cost her $8,000 over 15 years.
Oh my God, a bottle in a day?
Yeah. After the birth of her 5th child, she described an overwhelming desire to eat one a day, and it just hit the spot.
What?
She estimates she's spent $8,000 on the bathroom staple ever since.
Where is she? Ah, there she is.
Yeah.
She's eating a little bit more than talcum powder, isn't she?
Okay, thank you. You are openly having a go at someone who's really not got her shit together.
Oh, come on.
She's not doing all right, is she?
Who? Right, now I feel bad. I've seen the other picture. Who
is taking that picture? And
who let her do that picture?
I know. Could you just put it on your hand? Could we just degrade you even more?
It was probably the bloke who took our photos, wasn't it?
Yeah, but
just a couple. Yeah, just sit there and fucking.
Can you zoom in on a tattoo on the middle photo? I just want to see what that says.
This is Johnson & Johnson. No more tears. Be kind to my mistakes.
There you go. Thank you, love. Yeah, we will.
But she's also got a gun on the other arm, hasn't she? Oh no, it's like I don't know what that is.
I think it is a gun.
Look like a little bit of a cane or something.
Well, she's saying she might shoot someone, but again, be kind to her mistakes.
Yeah, I've got so many questions about. Is it not bad for her?
Is it not?
Yeah, is it not bad for her?
I reckon it's probably terrible for her.
You got a lot of singing going on this episode. Is everything all right?
Yeah, I'm just excited to be back.
Oh, me too. Right, let's go back to the old drum boy.
I can't believe we're just parking with talcum powder lady.
Hey, we don't have to.
I'm just thinking if like you had any, what would it be? Is there anything that you do eat? Like, is it something occasionally you'll just go, like put your finger in and.
What are you talking about?
Am
I going to discover something really horrific about you?
No, I'm just saying if you had to eat something that was inedible, what do you reckon it would be?
So if I had an addiction, if I had to have an eating disorder
to a
non-food substance,
yeah, what would it be? Because kids who are young do it quite often, don't they? Because they don't quite understand that it's not like food yet. So you get like kids that eat dirt and sand and just like shovel it in.
Yeah, well, I've got an adult brain, haven't I now? So I'm like logically trying to think about the stuff that would do me less damage.
I probably eat more butter than his normal amount.
That's a food source, though, baby. It's not talcum powder.
But isn't it? But would you not class that as something you're not supposed to eat a lot of?
Well, yeah, cool. I mean, you're not supposed to eat a lot of anything, are you? You're not supposed to eat a lot of fruit.
Yeah.
If you ate loads of fruit, we ain't going to poop then, are you? You got to have a balanced diet. Shit. Is that it? But I wouldn't want that. But that'd be the worst one, wouldn't it?
What?
Someone that's got an addiction to eating shit.
Oh, I was not thinking that.
What were you thinking?
Well, no. I was just thinking this would tie in really nicely with something I want to show you.
Oh, okay. I could probably eat a lot of fingernails.
Your own or someone else's? Would you get like a bag? Would you get like a bag of like?
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm trying to think of like what would cause me less damage for my health. Like, because that talcum powder lady, she's putting chemicals.
A lot.
Like chemicals, hard chemicals in that bod.
How do you know you're not having so many chemicals in your body every day?
I definitely am.
Like
all the food, all the pesticide, everything. There's stuff in there.
Have you heard, guys? Have you heard? There's plastic in this water bottle. If you don't know,
give me back my plastic water. No, but I'm thinking like fingernails.
Yeah, go for it.
Right. Fingernails. Part of the body. Every fingernails are made from your body, right? So there's nothing really bad in there. I mean, the argument is if I ate shit, it would be really bad for me. But like, that comes from your body. But fingernails, I just think
Is it actually? Because I need to rein it in then.
Stop eating poo. Yeah. Well, I need to stop rubbing it on my face. Old pink eye.
Oh yeah. Suddenly like, oh my god.
You do that? No, right. Fingernails ain't gonna cause you much damage. You can just nibble them into tiny little pieces, and there's no flavor. There's no flavor associated with a fingernail, is it? It's pretty tasteless.
I just think what you're talking about is just absolutely disgusting. What you're talking about eating fingernails. Fingernails, you don't eat fingernails.
All right, would you rather eat fingernails or talcum powder?
Oh, that's a good one. How much talcum powder?
A bottle a day, like that monster.
Or how many fingernails are we talking? And
a bottle a day.
A bottle a day of fingernails?
Yeah.
Are you mad? Where are you getting them from? Whose fingernails are they?
Wang and the guys in the factory.
In the factory. He's just at the end maybe at the end of every hour they just put their fingers on the edge of the sewing machine and it just takes off the edge of their nails.
Yes, exactly. You've seen what I do to them down there.
Into a big bucket and then you bring it up.
Maybe not a bottle. Maybe just like 100.
I think talcum powder.
You talc it.
I talc it. Yeah.
You talc it up.
Yeah. Talcum powder is just such a tricky one. It's like, that cinnamon challenge, when you eat it and you just like cough it up. I don't even know how she's eating it. We should
probably look.
We
didn't really give the news story.
And maybe make it into like a little bit of a paste, maybe.
Do you reckon that's what she does?
No, I think she goes...
So, started eating the bathroom staple 15 years ago when she felt a sudden overwhelming urge to do so whilst drying off her son after the bath.
Wow.
I can. Do you know what? I can get that she might want to taste a bit. Because I've done that with stuff. I've done it with like shower gel.
Have you?
You know what I mean? Like you do have those things.
Have you?
Not recently, but I mean like, if you like randomly look like something that you use every day in your life and you're just like, I wonder what that tastes like.
Yeah.
And you just go have a little pop
yeah.
and usually you go, ooh, chemicals.
Yeah. No, that's never happened. I don't eat shower gel.
No, I don't neither do I. I'm just saying. She kept it secret.
That's what it is. It's called pica.
Oh, is that what
it's
the
condition's
condition's
an eating disorder,
called?
Yeah.
As long as she's gone without talc is 2 days. Wow. Who talcs nowadays?
On a talc ban.
Who talcs? I just really want to know how she eats it. Yeah, talcum powder is deemed poisonous when inhaled or eaten, and has been shrouded in controversy for potentially causing cancer in women who have used the product on their skin for years. Oh my god, she knows that and she cannot resist eating it.
Yeah, Alf, because she's got an eating disorder. It's not like she's there like, yummy, yummy, yummy. Let's eat all of this.
She says, I do get it's a bit weird, but it does just have this nice soapy taste. My god, the longest I've been without it is 2 days. That was the worst time of my life.
You know what, love? Crack
on.
I
hated it.
You do you. You do you.
Oh no.
Yeah, I know. Well, there you go. So the world's a crazy place. What? How did we get to that though?
Well, I want to know now that I've disclosed my shower gel eating, tasting something. Yeah, what are you having? I've given you nails. What are you saying?
Maybe toothpaste. You're going, she's got me there.
She's only fucking nailed it.
Yeah, I'd eat toothpaste.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah, because you eat it anyway, don't you really?
Oh, you get sick though, wouldn't you?
Yeah,
I'm thinking about that feel. You know that feeling when you put a little bit too much on your brush and it's that dingly dangly thing in the back of your throat, and you get that little like bit sick. Yeah. I've got a story for you.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I went to the dentist when I was. We talked about my tooth on the pod. This little tooth here got a cap on it. Don't know. One of my front gnashes got a cap on it because I got punched by a friend when I was playing football when I was 11 or 12, and my big tooth had just come through. And the story sounds dramatic. It wasn't. It was just like a random football argument that you have as a little lad.
Yeah.
And
lads.
we got into a scrape. And he didn't. The funny thing is, he didn't hit me that hard. Like it wasn't like fucking lips are squirting with blood, and I was like, oh my god! He just caught the tooth, and it just sort of like come through as my adult. So when it's not fully out, it's about halfway.
Yeah, half cut.
Very delicate time for a tooth.
Milkies, yeah.
So then after like a month, maybe even longer, it like grew, but it turned like quite dark black.
Very dark black.
It wasn't, well, I say quite dark black, but it was noticeably grey.
Love it.
Yeah. It wasn't like this shirt. It was which is really comfortable, by the way, guys.
Oh yeah, it looks comfortable.
One of Wang's best pieces of work.
It looks really
and affordable, actually. Crazy.
Breathable, affordable, comfortable. Yeah, black as the night.
There you go.
And so you had dead tooth.
So I had dead tooth, and obviously I was like, "This is brand new tooth, dead tooth. That's not good." And I kind of kept it for like a couple of years because I didn't know if it would get better or whatever. Anyway. It did not get better. So I went to the dentist and she was like, yeah, like at the time, looking back, I think I just had a root canal because she basically was like, yeah, what we'll do is like your nerve's dead. So we're going to drill in, going to take all the nerve out and we're just going to put a cap on it. So like they shave it down and they put a cap on it.
Yeah.
And that's what this is.
Is it the same size? Like,
yeah, I think they messed it up a little bit. It's a little bit bigger.
No, I mean, like, isn't it matter how old were you?
Like 12.
Isn't that funny though? That like, is your mouth
probably even younger?
Is your mouth grown?
Yeah, but I had all my adult teeth. I had them all by that age. I had everything had fully grown.
Oh yeah, you do, don't you? Really?
Yeah, you kind of lose your last one when you're maybe 11 or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, she did this thing to like, in order to get this made into the right shape, she took like a cast of my mouth, and she used like honestly. The most amount of fucking putty I've ever seen in my life, right? She gets this like gum shield, squirts it full,
of the
fucking overflowing with the stuff. It's like liquidy grey fluid.
Yeah.
It might have actually been bright pink looking back.
I remember I had
Was it pink?
It would have been, yeah.
But it was really runny this one. I don't know if she made it wrong or she got a bad bottle or something. Anyway,
was this a dentist or was this like someone like in a back of a van?
Yeah, squirting loads of unknown substance in it.
Yeah.
So she shoved it in my mouth.
Right.
Said, swallow that.
Have this.
But she pressed it up, and what happened was because she overflowed it so much. You know, imagine guys, some loose Play-Doh in a in a ramekin dish. Yeah, you're feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
And I press down with my fist and it just overflows and goes over the edges, right like a light pink volcano. And she did this in my mouth and it
went everywhere,
just dripped down my throat.
Oh.
And I was there and she was like, she said before she put it in, she's like, it's a really important bit, this, I can't take it out again, I've got to let the thing set in your mouth.
God.
Right, so I was there fighting with my tongue. It was like
trying to keep it,
trying to keep
hold on, man. Hold on.
Like, come on, boy. And she was like, "It's okay. You only got 4 minutes to go." I was like, 4 minutes, and I just let it. I just swallowed it up. I just went. There's only one way this is gonna go down, and it's going down.
And you swallowed it whole.
I swallowed it. It was so much of this fucking putty stuff. I think I've been eating it for 20 years.
No, you just get big tubs of it.
Yeah, a tub a day.
Well, can I show you this? Can I show you something that kind of ties in with that a little bit?
Yeah.
That's a really great little segue you've done there. I don't know whether you did that on purpose.
Completely unintentional.
It's really clever.
Yeah.
But I came across a video the other day that I wanted to show you that I thought was a bit astounding.
Okay.
And I just thought it was really talented. It was like, it really showcases how amazing we are as a species and the capabilities that we all have. And I just thought you'd really enjoy it.
Okay. No chew eating.
Yeah.
What did she put up there? Kiwi?
That was a kiwi. So for people listening,
all right.
There's a girl on the screen who eats fruits whole and swallows them without chewing them. So that's a whole orange swallowed, done.
Oh, Jesus.
Next up, egg in. Big egg as well. Duck egg, I reckon. In, done. Bat down. Now, can she do...
No, she's not. A burrito.
Can she do this 1 kg burrito? I actually haven't seen the video this far, Alf.
You've not watched the burrito bit? What are you talking about? This is the bit to watch.
Oh, she is... she's not
No,
chewing.
she's not swallowing though. She's biting. You got to give her that. You got to give her that. She's got to bite it off.
I thought she was just going to...
Just shush, Bridge. I'm just watching quite intensely. Let her do it.
What can I hear under the table? I don't.
Oh my god.
Yeah. Oh, she chewed.
That's a quick time to eat a burrito anyway with
She's gonna
chewing.
die. Oh, last bit.
Oh, but she's chewing.
She's chewing. It was just how fast she could eat it, I think.
That's insane. Her throat must be huge.
She doesn't really chew. She's got a very wide jaw, though, doesn't she? What else is she
popping
eat?
in now?
I know.
Hot
Oh
dog.
my gosh! Check it out, boys.
The idea of that. She should enter that hot dog eating competition. There she is.
Oh, she does. Wow, she's chowing down on them, isn't she?
That is.
Isn't it insane? I thought the fruit was mental.
Yeah, the kiwi's mad. I mean, that's the only way you can eat a whole kiwi, isn't it? If you're gonna eat the skin, you might as well not chew. Your stomach must work really hard to break it down, though.
Does it just shit it out, just whole?
No, it'll make it into poo. It'll just take a while, won't it?
Does it break it down and then it goes through?
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping she didn't poo in a full
Well, then why
kiwi.
doesn't sweet corn get like?
That's something to do with the chemicals, Bridge. I ain't a scientist. I don't know these things. How long is this video, by the way?
Oh, I don't know. I saw the first oh, she's having a little drink. She's okay. This is like the 7th hot dog now. She's just getting 10th one.
Oh, she puts like half of it in.
Yeah, and then she's quite a small girl as well.
Fastest time to drink a Capri Sun. What the hell?
This is a bit silly. Oh, what do you?
Oh, it's right down. It's right down. It's right down.
That's actually pretty slow.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
That's not impressive.
Do you reckon you could do quicker?
Yeah.
15 seconds. 15 seconds, Bridge.
Okay, I've had enough.
Right, next pod, I'm buying you a Capri Sun.
I don't. How is she eating those hot dogs? Just swallowing them whole. I can't cope with that.
Do you know what's weird about this video?
Watch that one.
Do you know what's weird is that you can kind of
that actually made me feel a bit ill.
You can kind of you kind of know what that feels like.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Do you? Do you?
I do. I can sense that. Do you know what I mean? It's one of those things that you just know what that feels like.
I know what you mean, though.
Don't you?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Here.
I feel like
I'm not feeling it in the back of the throat. I'm feeling it in my like chesty throat.
Have you ever swallowed like a boiled sweet whole?
Yeah.
It'll
exactly.
be like that.
It'll be like that, except long.
And you feel it like ding 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 ding, like
yeah, everything. You can track it all the way.
Tinkling down the esophagus.
I know what that feels like. I know what she's going through right now.
I don't want to see any more of it.
I just got to play to the end just to make sure. Just to make sure she does it.
Just to see.
Just to see.
How is she not violently ill? Okay, 20 hot dogs. She's just put right down her throat. 20 of them out. It's like so many. It's too many.
It's a lot, isn't it? 50 seconds worth of eating nothing but hot dogs.
I can't cope. I just like. Ugh.
It's so many in your stomach, isn't it? It's so many in your stomach.
I feel sick. I can't actually watch that.
How many? She doesn't look happy. She doesn't look happy either. She looks really sad that she's just done that.
Who would? Who would feel happy that you've done that? Who would feel good? That isn't what humans aren't supposed to swallow hot dogs whole. Not even one. You're not supposed to do 30 as fast as you can. I take it back. I don't. I'm sorry I showed you that. That's really disturbed me.
Should watch it again, really.
If you could swallow something, what do you reckon you could do that?
If I could swallow something,
I'd be sick immediately.
Yeah, I don't know.
Spam. I reckon these peaches would just slit right down.
Oh, they absolutely would. We said that when you first cracked the peaches out for us.
Yeah.
You said that they'd slip right down your throat, and I think they absolutely would.
Have we talked about this whole? Have we?
No, we haven't.
Have we done this podcast before?
No, we haven't. We haven't. But I suddenly feel really aroused.
Do you?
No, I don't really.
That's okay.
She liked having the girls out there, didn't she? While she was doing all that swallow stuff. She knew what she was doing there, didn't she?
I think that's probably part of the charm of her persona, is that it's like, yeah, look at this fruit. and look at these fruits.
Look at these melons.
Yeah.
And here's a melon.
She's not a swallow.
What were you most impressed by?
The kiwi was mad. I think the orange just was like, whoa. A whole orange?
She didn't skin on it though, did she? So she pussied out after the kiwi skin, and she didn't go yes for the orange skin. But I can see why.
Yeah, you're not supposed to have that. It's bad for you.
Is that what it is?
Yeah, 30 hot dogs not being chewed at all is fine, but yeah, an orange. But God forbid an orange with the skin on it.
I think that's the thing that I find weird about this thing. I don't necessarily mind it slipping down.
Yeah.
But it's the idea of having 30 hot dogs in my belly.
I know, sitting there.
Because this is the wild thing. Do you need a big stomach to do that? Or is it harder having that amount of food chewed in your stomach?
It'd be good if she had.
She's just got 30 hot dogs in her belly there.
It would be good if she had a similar system at the other end, that they just kind of yeah, they went do the sound. I like really do it. Yeah, in, out, shake it all about, in and out, in and out, in and out. You know, that would be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah,
it'd be like, you know, like just throwing that basketball into the hoop,
not even hitting the rim,
swish and flick, goes down. Rim. Yeah, that's how I imagine it.
I did. I worked on that show in Canada, didn't I? Which is about competitive eating.
Oh yeah,
and that was really interesting.
Yeah, which is the one that was really mad? The custard mayonnaise.
Oh my god,
people
mayonnaise.
who eat like insane amounts of mayonnaise in one sitting.
Yeah, he ate a jar of mayo.
But
like a kilogram jar of mayo or something. There was that same guy did something like 30 bowls of grits, which is like porridge.
Oh.
30 bowls.
How big are the bowls?
They did. I can't remember. It said something that he weighed like
2 fucking bowls.
2 fucking bowls. They weighed. I can't remember how much they weighed. It was a lot. Oh. That's the thing. It's the volume. Because I can eat. I love shoving it in, but it's when it's in, like, because there's nowhere else it's gonna go other than back up.
That's why you got to do it quick, though, isn't it? So that you don't get full. But then you just have to. You have to. Then the consequences of that are not great. Because then you've just got
so much.
That's why I eat quite fast, because I don't like getting full quite quickly. I want to finish it.
You want to get everything in there.
I want to finish it before I'm full.
If you had to do an eating contest, because there's a lot. That was the thing I learned from the show.
Donuts.
It wasn't just there is a donut one.
I could do that 100%. Yeah.
Because it wasn't just like hot dogs. Everyone thinks it's hot dogs. You have pie, obviously. Sorry.
You just can't get them hot dogs out of your.
Yeah, you have pie.
Yeah.
You got hot dogs.
What kind of pie?
Oh, you have fruit pie, meat pie, all kinds of pie.
You have so many different kinds of pie.
What kind of pie do you want?
What kind of pie you after?
And then you
pork
have
pie.
Chicken wings. Pork pie's heavy though.
Pork pie would be tough, wouldn't it?
Be really tough. You have chicken wings.
Okay.
That was quite a common one. Donuts, yeah. And then there was a really weird one, like a sheep's tongue or something. Something really big that you just like shoved in. Loads of eating competition. Like, because there's also like spicy competitions too. Do you remember that documentary we watched with all those chili eaters, which was just insane?
Yeah, some people just have a tolerance. That's the thing though, we all have our talents.
We do. And
some people are really talented at eating things quickly, and other people, make t-shirts to a really high standard very quickly. And you've got to, keep doing those talents.
Absolutely. Wang, if you're listening. Wang!
Get back to her.
Keep making those shirts.
Get back to her.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it, that she has a talent there, and do you reckon she has a job? Or she did have a job, and then she just, like, how did she stumble across the fact that she could just eat something, like, really quickly? Was it maybe when she was a kid, and, like, her mum was like, she had a banana, and she was
my God.
And her mum went, no, and she was like, held out her tongue, like, done it, gone. And her mum was like, whoa, you're only 2.
I was just gonna say, I reckon she like bought a hot dog one day and was like, I love hot dogs so much. And she was like walking down the boulevard, and then, or the boardwalk, and then she trips on a banana skin, linking the stories together.
Great.
And she goes, and the hot dog just goes. Oh.
No, what? Yeah,
and she's like, I've discovered it.
No, what she did, right? She was walking down the boulevard, and then there's a banana on the floor. She trips on the very end of the banana, right? So the banana shoots out of the skin up in the air. So she falls over, and then she lands on her back. The hot dog goes down her throat, and then the banana as well.
Oh my God. She's like Popeye with the spinach can. That is literally what she is. She's Popeye.
And she just went, that's it.
It's my calling.
Millions. I can hear the dollar bills.
I reckon what's hilarious, Bridge, right, about this is that when, you know, how old was she? 35 maybe?
Yeah.
Mid 30s, early 30s maybe. There will have been a time, right, where she could do that in her life, that she could show no one else other than her friends.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? There's no potential to be a famous TikTok star that shoves fuckloads of Kiwis down your throat. And I'm not talking about New Zealanders.
She could bring
because that's a different website and a different woman. But like, do you know what I mean? Like, she was sat at home one day, and her mate said, "You know, you can shove a kiwi down your throat without chewing." She goes, "Yeah." It's like, why haven't you filmed that and put it on TikTok?
Yeah, you know,
you could make millions.
You know, you're making $15 an hour down at the
hot dog factory,
the hot dog store.
Yeah,
just get online. Yeah. Well, that's it. That's the world that we're in. Yeah, she can now. I wonder if she does make money or not.
She definitely. Will
I don't know.
I think she'll have a lot of followers. She'll get money, and then her grandma will say, "Oh, Betty." Oh, I don't know why it's a granddaughter called Betty.
Yeah.
Oh, Alicia.
Nice.
Thank you. I am playing a senile person, so it kind of goes.
She forgot.
What was her name?
Alicia.
How's work? What are you up to nowadays? Oh, you know, not much. No, I want to hear all about it. I've not seen you for a while. What have you been up to? Oh, you know, this and that. Tell her about your videos. That's her mum.
Yeah.
So many characters.
Tell her about your videos.
Oh, nothing. Well, you know, I just swallow loads of hot dogs without chewing, Nan. It's just, do you get paid for that? Yeah, I've actually got 14 million followers.
So many people really want to see me do it.
It's wild.
I think it's short-lived, though. I think it's short-lived.
What do you mean?
She's also not the only person that does this. There are many people that can swallow these.
You think there's a competitive market on TikTok?
I think there's a lot. I think if I gave it a go now, I could do it. If you boil me an egg now.
A scalding hot boiled
exclusive on I Could Be a Grandma. I am going to swallow a whole egg.
I can get you 2 if you want.
No.
2 and a hot dog?
No, absolutely not. No, thank you.
What?
But like we're all capable of doing it. You just
Bridge, you couldn't do that
unless you have a really small, you know, mouth or you know.
Do you honestly think you could do the hot dog thing?
I'd
be so paranoid.
Well,
I'd choke.
I didn't like. I know. I don't know how she got through it. We're not talking about the obvious thing here, really. In that, like, I bet she does well, doesn't she?
I was gonna say, I reckon she's happily married.
Yeah, I bet he.
Happily,
you know,
happily
married. She's a very, very well respected, loved woman. Let's leave it at that.
She's got the melons and she's got the throat.
Jeez. Alfie, can
and
you have some goddamn respect? I was talking about the fact that she's got so many followers. I don't know what you're insinuating.
Yeah, me too. Yeah. It's what she calls the followers. She calls them melons. I got the melons. I got the 14 million melons.
Yeah.
And the throat is because she
okay.
sucks dick.
So okay. But yeah.
Well, thanks for sharing that.
You're welcome anytime. Maybe I'll give it a go. Like maybe I will try and see if I can.
I think we should get you a Capri Sun.
Yeah.
It's 15 seconds.
I'm listening.
Do you reckon you could do a 15-second Capri Sun?
Yeah.
Because I also think, like, I understand that she probably had the straw not prepared because that was the world record. Or whatever she's trying to do was probably you have to get the straw out and drink, because it does make it look more impressive, doesn't it? 15 seconds, and she got the straw out. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
But like,
that was a silly one. I didn't appreciate that one. I'm not gonna lie.
I honestly think you could do it.
Okay, thank you.
I think you could do 15-second
You know
Capri
what? You
Sun.
always believe in me, and that is why we're a great partnership.
Definitely.
And I believe that in myself when you said it. I thought, yeah, I've never thought about it today, and then I think I probably could.
I think you could do the Capri Sun. 15 seconds. Honestly, I may have slurped down a Capri Sun quicker than that.
I think she did it quite slowly.
Yeah.
But she's the best in the biz. She's the best in the biz, though, Alf. You know.
Yeah, she's the standard.
Are you excited for the Winter Olympics?
Oh, wow. Yeah, maybe we should wrap this episode up. It's so interesting, isn't it?
Oh,
no, I'm
God,
kidding.
I'm
bloody kidding.
Every time I bring up the Winter Olympics, you're like, oh. I'm just like, why is not everybody so excited?
Have you not heard? Everyone's bloody boycotting it, Bridge.
Why?
China. Let's just get...
Boycotting the Olympics? Come on. Can we all just, like, do some... Can we all just do some fun stuff again?
There you go. So, the diplomatic boycotts are a response to concerns about China's human rights practices, especially in the Xinjiang with the Uyghurs. It's the Uyghurs.
Oh, okay.
And you always, and I'm not saying this like as a criticism, you always go on about the bloody Uyghurs. so you should be right behind this boycott.
You know what though? I'm sorry, I'm really just catching up on this because I just don't pay attention to the world anymore. But I mean, is it enough? Are we doing enough? Why is it that we just have to stop a sporting event to stop people being put in concentration camps?
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it?
China, sort your shit out, yeah? Just get them out, please, because, I want to watch bobsledding.
I want to watch the fucking skeleton, all right?
Treat people like, human beings so that, I can watch people do a triple axel.
Yeah.
Because we all want to see it.
Yeah. It's true. It's true. They're ruining it. They're ruining it for us all.
The Uyghur situation is devastating, but it's really interesting. When the Holocaust was a thing, and people say, "Gosh, how did people not know?" It's happening again, isn't it? We do know.
No. People knew about the Holocaust.
No, but they didn't feel like they could do anything about it. They're in the midst of the World War.
Yeah. People were fighting a war to stop it, though, weren't they?
Yeah, but people who were at home in north of England who were like, "Oh yeah, we're fighting the Nazis because of what they're doing." You just have to sit with that knowledge, knowing that other people are trying to make the situation better. Most of us don't really have any control.
Well, yeah, for lazy women who didn't fight in the war, definitely. But like most men
sat
will
around
have been
just drinking tea.
I can't
Possibly.
I could, and now they don't bloody fight wars like they used to. You're all about getting in the army, aren't you? But back then, when it meant something.
Me?
No, not you. Women.
Yeah,
women.
The other ones.
Yeah, no, it's different now, isn't it? Because if they started a war with China, the whole world would bloody end, wouldn't it? If there was a war with China, nukes would get blasted, left, right, and centre. Uyghurs would be dead. We'd be dead. Everyone would be dead.
Yeah,
it's a different time, isn't it? I'm not saying that means what China are doing is good, because I completely disagree with that. That's why you will not find me watching the Winter Olympics. I'll just go back to me and Wang making T-shirts.
Yeah. This is the bullshit about them, though, isn't it? Because they're supposed to represent countries coming together in common, putting differences aside, it just being about competition, a healthy competition, celebrating different cultures. And it isn't, though, is it? That's the idea. That's the utopia version of what those events represent.
Right.
But the reality is that, there's a lot of money involved. There's a reason that a lot of the wealthier countries do work better.
Yeah.
And then, then...
Well, it's really political, isn't it, the Olympics? There's a lot of political stuff that goes on in it. Even like the bidding and getting the games being awarded. There's a lot of money, a lot of politics.
Yeah, and it's like...
And it doesn't do the country that good a lot of the time.
Right. Does it just bankrupt them a little bit?
Well, it depends what the leaders are like. Like, it depends what the government's like. Because I know the Rio games like cost a fortune, didn't it? Like really, and like obviously Brazil has got a really, really vast wealth divide.
Right.
So I don't think that particularly did its city any good. Like, yeah, it brought some tourism, but like the cost of what it cost to build the stadiums and build all the random arenas and put the events on and security and all that stuff, like it crippled them a lot. And also, I remember when we went to Montreal. Do you not remember for that, the Olympics? The Olympics like bankrupt Montreal,
right? Because it cost so much to get all the stadium ready, and
yeah.
wasn't it not?
There was loads
it
of
wasn't
corruption as well, though. It's like, look, that's the thing. Like all the money that you have assigned to the Olympics, all the people doing it are just like, oh, I'm going to take a bit of that and just so like properly bankrupt the city. And when we were there, it was the article I read was like 2015. It was like just recovered from it, sort of thing.
What makes somebody greedy? When do you think when do you think that the feeling of greed? What age do you have that grasp that concept? It's quite young, isn't it? Really,
I think so. Yeah, I think like the early signs of greed is like with stuff like sharing toys and cake and sweets.
Yeah,
so those
and
damn
like,
sweets.
Yeah, all starts with sugar.
Yeah. I reckon all dictators had a sugar problem.
All roads lead back to sugar.
Definitely.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of the sins, isn't it? Greed.
Is it not glutton, or is greed a different thing?
I think possibly. No, I think greed and glutton are different. It's like gluttony is that overindulge, where greed is that mine. No, they might be the same thing. I don't know, but do you think you're a greedy person? We're both sat here with our merch.
I don't know what you're trying to say. Buy stuff. Do I think I'm a greedy person? It depends, doesn't it? Because you have different levels of greed. You have different types of greed.
What different types of greed do you have?
Well, I think you have. I don't know if you can say greed.
Money.
There's like good types of greed. No, there's not good types of greed. I don't know. I think everyone's probably naturally a little bit greedy, aren't they? Because it's just a way.
Survival.
Yeah, that survival instinct that, like, you know, millions of years of experience of evolving has taught us that you do need to look after yourself. And especially in our, you know, human society, since, you know, 2, 3, 4,000 years ago. Yeah, 2, 3, 4 years ago. But like, I think like everyone's a bit greedy. So like, I'm definitely greedy with some stuff. But like, I'm not greedy in the sense that like I would rather me have everything than no one else have something. And I think I'm quite generous.
Yeah.
You know, we joke about Wang, but you know, we do give him a cardboard box to sleep in.
We do. We give him like, you know, a bit of cloth, you know, just to keep him warm, you know, throughout the night.
Yeah. You know, we're good people, really.
Yeah. And he has plenty of toothpaste.
Oh, tooth and talc coming out his bloody ears, that boy.
Yeah. I find my there's greed that I notice, and I always like, Bridget, what are you like? Because it does baffle me that the greed sets in. But you know when like you make dinner.
Oh yeah.
And then you will plate up. So what was it that we ate the other day that you divided? And I looked at the food. I was like,
you know what's funny, right? Is that I honestly think it was.
You knew.
I had the same thought. When I divided it. I was like, "Oh, my piece is a bit bigger here," and I'm not going to say anything about it.
I know, and I saw it, and I looked at it, and I was like, "He's got the bigger brownie," and then I had to remind myself, like, Bridget, Rosie Ruth Mulroy, you're not looking at the brownie that you've got. You're looking at the brownie that you've
the brownie he's got.
You're looking at the like. You're like trying to work out the brownie that you don't have.
Yeah.
So. You're right there, hon.
Yeah, sorry, I pressed the button by
I was looking at I wasn't even. I was comparing that small bit.
Yeah.
You know, that I wouldn't be mine.
I do this with every plate of food me and you eat ever.
Right.
All the time.
Right.
And I I knew when I cut that brownie. I knew. Well, there's a few things I knew. One was I was going to have that piece. Two, you were definitely going to notice. And the thing that I wasn't sure was whether you'd say anything or not.
Yeah. Were you proud that I didn't? Did you think I'd
No,
seen
because
it?
I saw. Yeah, you definitely saw it. I saw the look in your eye. I literally handed you the plate, and you went. You looked. This is what's funny, Bridge. Right? You looked at your brownie, and you went. Ah, oh, brownie. Because who isn't happy when they get handed a brownie? You're buzzing. And you went, ah. And then you you did the classic double take where you saw my brownie and you had that smile on your face still like, ee. And it just dropped a little bit. And you're like, And I saw that look. Saw that double take look. And I thought, oh, she might say something. And you didn't.
Yeah.
You suppressed it. And I loved that bigger piece.
How mad would it be if at the end of every month, everyone in a company had their wage like on a placard around their like chest?
Ooh. Well, it's different. So Brownie's not like wage, is it? Although
I'd like to be paid in brownie.
No,
quite nice.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
Stop saying so. You do get paid brownies.
Not enough.
Fuck all. Sure, to be honest, I'd rather you got paid in brownies.
It'd be worth more. Yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy though? Like, what divides would it? You know, if you'd see the head of the department and you're like,
Bridge, I've seen it.
Because
I've seen that. I've seen that in offices. I've seen that behaviour. I've seen when people find out how much other people get, and it is terrible. It never goes well.
No.
Because someone is always earning more, and everyone thinks they're better than everyone else and does more work and works harder. So immediately, what happens? This is what I told Wang and the guys.
Yeah.
I said, I won't do this to you. You're all on the same wage, right? You're all on 12p per shirt. That's the way it's gonna go down.
And be happy with it.
No one's better. No one's worse. But what happens is I remember it when I worked for that big conglomerate company, the big evil corporation. I saw that happen a lot because it was like sales. So people are already money hungry, already want everything. I've got another story about this, which is food related. It's fucking perfect. But it's like we've planned this podcast. Honestly, no planning whatsoever.
We really don't.
So let me start with the wage thing.
Okay.
So I remember 2 people on our team found out that all the boring details I'm going to leave out, but basically these people started at different times in the world. So like someone started in 2005 and then someone started in 2012. Right. They are not the right dates, but that's the example. So the person that started in 2005 had a bigger basic salary because that's just what it was back then. And like as the years have gone on, as we all know, the government likes to charge us loads more money, but likes to pay us a lot less, or corporations like to pay us a lot less anyway. So the basic wage was lower, exactly the same job, and I totally get why they were angry. The people that were getting lower, same job, different basic wage, same commission on top, basically. So this person turned out was doing the same job, and they were getting about $6,000 less basic wage, which is actually quite a big chunk, isn't it? Yeah. But what happens as soon as that comes out? You have mutiny. You have no one wanting to do their work,
rightly
thinking
so,
that they're better than the other person, thinking they should be paid the same, and totally get it. Here's the funny story about the same place that I worked. Yeah. Every now and then, if the sales floor had done well, and we'd all hit target or whatever, or for random reasons, they'd get Domino's in for the floor. Yeah. Or what would happen sometimes would be like Domino's for a team. Yeah. If that team had done well. And it was like other pizza delivery services are available.
Would you get a slice and just like throw it up in the air and just go swallow it all whole, you grease?
Well, this is the thing, Bridge. Some people did. It was honestly like people had never seen a Domino's pizza in their life. Yeah. And this it's so perfect, just like how this conversation about greed has come, because I remember looking at the behaviour of grown adults
around
at their desk, just looking because they had to wait for their turn to get the pizza, and people were just like, I can't concentrate whilst the pizza's there. I need to get my taking 4. Yeah, taking 4 slices. What the fuck? Maybe 3 per person. People losing their minds and then getting up. Honestly, people just like rushing up with little paper plates, just like power walking to get to this free pizza. free.
We're all animals.
We are all animals. I've never seen anything like it.
We are. Well, no, and what I mean is that we're all being treated like animals. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But people have no control over their own lives. That's why that you feel like... It's like, you know, that episode in The Office where Stanley is like... It's waffle day.
Yeah.
And everyone gets a free waffle and you get whatever you want on it.
Yeah.
And he's like, there's one day a year. He's like, I worked so hard in a job that I hate, but one day a year, it's waffle day.
Yeah.
And like, I'm going to stand here and, nothing depresses me more about the human race than hearing a story like that.
Yeah.
They're like, what are we all doing?
And it's really sad because you could just tell.
I've done it.
Like, senior management... Like look at these poor motherfuckers who are so desperate to get a bit of Domino's pizza. Feed those pigs.
That's how you control a society, you know. You cut off the food source. People
I thought you were going to say a little bit of reward for a little bit of good behaviour. It's like a little doggy treat, isn't it? Oh, you do well in this, we'll give you some pizza. You'd like that, wouldn't you, you fat little bitch?
Yeah, you'd
That's what they said to me.
Wow.
I wasn't talking to you.
Okay, I promise it won't happen again. Like that's what we've like. No, that what if you take away food,
yeah,
or food becomes a reward, basic instincts just come to play, and you're like, I want it.
I don't think that's how you control society. I think you control society like through what that scenario is, but on a grander scale. Like, you don't restrict food. I think you reward, not just with food, but you reward.
You'd have to restrict first and then reward, because people. Yeah. If you restrict food, that from that, you know, that book I was reading, Man's Search for Meaning.
Yeah.
By the way, this book has quite literally changed me. It is so good. This guy who is a psychotherapist. Analyst, professor.
He was a psychotherapist.
He just went cray.
How does that make you feel?
Yeah, just turn it on.
It's good psycho impression.
He was a therapist, professor in analogy. I don't know the terms, but he was a Jew. Found himself. Well, he didn't find himself. He was obviously.
He was Jew where?
Taken to due to go to Auschwitz.
Oh, bloody hell!
So he was a Holocaust survivor.
Yeah.
And then while he was in there, wrote this book about humans' capacity to overcome incredible feats of pain, suffering, and what's left of a person when they've been through something so horrific. And he talked about people when they're starving, hungry, and how the animal in you takes over, like the rational brain, the thinking element of you that doesn't exist anymore, because all you do is think about food. And it was, and they weren't given a lot of food either. Mm-hmm. And their day then became about like, how can I get more? What do I need to do today to just get a little bit more? And then they'd look forward. That would be the thing that they could maybe have a bit of hope for.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's what we need to survive, isn't it? Food.
Yeah.
So there must always be a part of us, even wealthy countries that in the West, we all have ample amounts of food constantly. We're perpetually full. Mm-hmm. We're in a state of fullness just all the time. And I wonder if there is, you know, that bit of us, that humane, that the bit of us that's always just like, have all the food because you don't know when it's going to run out. So keep eating. It's there, keep eating.
Well, yeah, that's also like in our DNA, isn't it? That's like genetically how we are as a species.
Yeah,
is that we never knew when our next meal was going to come.
Right.
So we'd find a load of seeds and nuts and fruit or whatever, and we'd eat loads. Hot dogs, and we'd get a 20-pack and we'd guzzle it because we didn't know when we're going to find our next meal. But now this is the thing. Now you have a little office full of 50 people that are already fat, overweight, don't work.
And are unhappy with their jobs, majority of them.
And love the chemicals that food gives them. And all you got to do to keep those piggies squealing money out for you is buy them a pizza and pit them against each other to see who gets most slices.
How many slices did you get?
Oh, I had loads.
Yeah.
No, I am.
Did you want to be like, you know what? I'm going to set an example, and I'm only going to get 2 slices.
We used to laugh at those people because I did go. We all went through the same phases. What you do, right? What you do is you get your pizza. You go through the phases, right? You have that thought of I'm going to sit here
and
like
wait
a
my
normal person
turn.
because I've already brought my lunch in today and I forgot we're having Domino's. I'm just going to have that. I'm not going to have any Domino's because I'm better than all of you. I know what they're doing. I know the system, man, and it ain't going to work. And then 10 minutes later, you go, they've had their second serving. That should be my slice. And then you go and get it, and then you eat it, and you feel shit, and you'd be like, oh, God, what a fucking joke. What a waste of space I am. And then you go, do you want to buy some fucking stuff?
Yeah. Do you want to buy more stuff?
Yeah. God, I'm lucky to.
Do you have enough stuff? Hey, do you have stuff, or would you like more stuff?
Yeah.
I know some stuff that you don't have. And let me sell it to you at like a crazy rate so that I can then go home
and have more Domino's
and
pizza.
buy myself stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Buy our stuff. Spend your money on all of our stuff. Buy our merch and stuff your faces with our stuff. That's a stuff song.
That is it.
You can buy the stuff song on Amazon Music exclusively. Let's wade in on our fellow podcast chum, Joe Rogan and Neil Young, should we?
Let's talk about it, but let's also remind ourselves that, like, we're talking about it. Why are we all talking about it? You know, what's important these days?
Do you not think it's important? Do you not think this is an important thing? I think it's a really interesting time.
Okay.
In our media world, like, yeah, in like our in our society and how we consume news and media. I think it's a really interesting time. I don't think we've asked enough philosophical questions about media yet. No, we definitely haven't. I don't know if all of us are fully aware of the long-term implications that these systems are going to have on all of us, on our and by systems societies. What do you mean? So the internet, the free speech kind of element of what that creates. Do you mean like news conglomerates? Oh, yeah. Or social media, all of it. Yeah. I don't think all of us quite know the ethical morality to all of it yet. And this is why it's really interesting. This is why the Neil Young thing is really interesting. Because essentially what's happened is that Neil Young has felt like he's said, I don't want my music to be associated with something I disagree with. Yeah. On the platform that I think is doing something harmful. It shares the space with Rogan's podcast because Neil Young was arguing that Spotify weren't doing enough to not censor. Well, yeah, kind of censor, but also like to, to regulate the conversations that were coming out of his podcast about COVID. But also, how much of the conversations have had an actual impact on like how much of the conversations have had an impact on people who are against the vaccine and stuff? Yeah, this is it, isn't it? This is why it's so interesting because, like, from coming from like a point of view for us, like we have a podcast, and we have like 150 listeners. Yeah, 200 on a good week. We're at early stages. We have no responsibility really in the content we put out, because we haven't got a responsibility to 20 million listeners like Rogan has, where the weight on his shoulders is a bit heavier because he does have a sphere of influence. However, go on, bitch, let me finish. Bitch, let me talk. However, like there's a long way around to saying coming from a place that I'd be really upset. And I'd be really frustrated and angry if someone told me I couldn't do what I wanted us to do with this podcast. Right. And like, yeah, that doesn't mean I think people should just be able to say really hurtful, damaging, horrible, dangerous things, because we're not about that. No. This podcast isn't about that. And I don't think Rogan's podcast is about that. No. I don't think it's what's crazy, I don't think a comedian's podcast should be held so highly in regard to factual information, and the problem is that people don't trust anything else.
Yeah.
People don't trust the news.
Why
to give them factual information?
Why aren't journalists like so flummoxed by the fact that people care more about what a comedian has to say on a subject than what
because they can see through
going on.
Everyone can see through their bullshit,
right? Yeah. So it's not Rogan's fault, really. And I also think that some people are going to listen to his stuff and be really disagree completely.
Oh, of course. I do too.
Me too.
I listen to loads of his podcasts and think, you are chatting shit. Yeah. But you know what? You're a comedian. You don't know much, and I'm not going to fucking hold you to it.
No.
Like, you're not the president.
Right.
You're not fucking BBC.
Right. He's not making, like, any difference to our society or, like, having an influence.
No, he's having a social influence, but, you know, that's not a bad thing.
But this is the argument, isn't it? Because it's like, well, is he making an actual influence on people's decisions on whether they're going to, you know, for example, go get a vaccine? Because then it becomes more of a difficult conversation.
Yeah.
But in theory, the rules should still be the same in that we can't decide we can't decide what people are going to be and this is just for this podcast in particular, because I think it's different when you get into other stuff, other areas. But you can't decide what people are going to like and what they're going to dislike.
Of course not.
Like we can't say, like Neil Young can't say. I don't know. Like Neil Young can't.
The thing is, right, and like, I'm gonna preface this with I love Neil Young. I love his music. I absolutely love Neil Young.
Right.
To pieces. Like I have his records on vinyl. Love Neil Young. Full stop. Right there. Don't need to say anything more. However, fuck Neil Young as well, right? Because he is meant to be speaking as an artist to another artist in Rogan, right? And Neil Young back in his day, he'll have been like protesting the Vietnam War. He'll have been protesting loads of stuff that goes against the grain of what the mainstream media, what the main topical, or what the government is fighting for. He will be going anti-establishment. That's what he was about. That's what some of his music's about. And when he first came out and said, I don't want to be on the platform with Rogan because of this, that, and the other, I was kind of like, okay, fair enough. Like, if you don't want to do that, I get it. But then to go to fucking Amazon Music for an exclusive deal and to be like, oh, fans, if you want to listen to my music, you can get 4 months free with Amazon Prime. Fuck you. The fuck are you talking about?
I didn't know
Why
that.
are Amazon Prime better than Spotify? How is Jeff Bezos better than whoever runs Spotify? They're not doing better things for the world. They're all fucking evil. So don't tell me that you're morally better than us because you don't want to share a platform with a comedian's podcast and then force us all to, if we want to listen to music, to go sign up for a fucking billionaire global empire that does a lot of damage in the world. Yeah,
it's so hypocritical, isn't it? It's just swapping out. Yeah, you tell him, Al. You tell him. You bloody tell him, love.
That's the most political and irate we've ever got on this pod, isn't it?
That's the most irate I've ever seen you. Oh my goodness!
Because it's someone that I hold in high regard. That's why it really frustrated me. It's like you can't sell the devil in. You can't replace the devil with the devil. Like you got to be anti all of them, or you got to be, you know, you got to just suck it up and allow other artists to speak their voice on, you know, whatever platforms they choose to do.
Also, I don't know if anything good comes from just like taking away the conversation.
Of course it doesn't. That's
like,
the other thing.
He's also we don't know what his I haven't heard what has he released a statement?
Who?
Neil Young.
No, and I feel bad for that. Because you, also
we don't know his side of the.
Well,
thing.
I also do know that him and Jodie Foster. Isn't Jodie Foster? Jodie Mitchell. Jodie Mitchell. Both had polio as kids.
Okay.
And they got vaccinated, and it was a cure.
Right.
So like they obviously have a much closer tie to vaccines and hold them more preciously in their hearts, as they absolutely should do. That I can see why they were angry about someone who wasn't making enough effort to, you know, or to just like swinging too heavily to one side of the argument when it came to vaccines and stuff. So
I just think that just to boil down as well a podcast just to that one element. Like all anyone can really talk about with his podcast right now is
COVID,
this kind of COVID. His
but then like
COVID.
most of his episodes actually don't include it.
I don't really. This is the thing. Maybe just I don't know if it's just clickbait stuff. You know. Yeah. If there's a consensus among a certain group of people that that's bad, then you're also bad if you don't agree with that.
Yeah.
Again, Alfie, two truths can exist at the same time.
Absolutely, amen.
So I don't know why. But I think it's all just a bit silly, innit?
And what's quite like ironic and funny about it is that Neil Young and Joni Mitchell have obviously been like, I need to do something. Just
don't listen to it.
Yeah.
Have they? Sorry to interrupt.
Yeah. Again, just interrupts again. So.
I'm sorry. So have I been interrupted?
No. Okay.
I just wanted to say, if they had a bad deal with Spotify and that, like, they're not making any money.
Well, no musicians do. This is the thing.
Right.
Spotify. If you're going to protest Spotify as a musician, protest the fact that they're paying you fuck all for your music.
But it was specifically because they didn't want to share the platform with.
That's what
podcast.
they said. That's what they said.
Interesting.
But what was I going to say?
Sorry.
The ironic thing is that for that exact reason, right? You know, musicians have always said Spotify pay terribly. Like, it's not a good platform for streaming. That you get paid something like $1 for 1,000 streams or something, which is nothing really. So it's like, what's funny is that like Spotify obviously don't hold the value for musicians anyway, and because Neil Young would have been like, I'm going to give them this ultimatum and say, it's me or him, you know, like, I don't want my music on your platform, take it down. And Spotify make so much money that him not being on there will barely dent them, will barely make an impact. And they've just gone, yeah, all right.
Right.
Yeah, we'll take it down. Their response was something like, we're sorry, Neil feels the way he does and we wish to welcome him back soon. It's like, literally a fuck you. It's like, we don't need you.
This isn't needed.
Like, we don't value you as a musician or an artist. We don't really value. We value Rogan more than you because Rogan brings more listeners and more money to us, kind of. But we don't really value him either. Like, I'm sure if there's a bigger platform and I Can Be Your Grandma blows up and we bring in 300 million listeners or whatever that tops Rogan, then he'll probably get booted off when he says, I don't want to share a platform with these two. Like, it doesn't matter. They don't value you anyway.
I wonder how long Joe Rogan's going to be the top podcast to you listen. I mean, I wonder how long it's going to take until that kind of But this is it. Anyone should be able to make a podcast. But this is the beauty about podcasts, isn't it? Is that anybody can just get a microphone and just talk about the world and just ask questions.
The best thing.
It's like a really cool thing. I love it. I love the space. I love what it brings up. I love that it's complicated and you get difference of opinion and you hear something you really don't agree with, and then you hear something you're like, yeah, or you know, and you can choose what what your lane is. So you can choose what you really like and choose what you don't. Much like music. Yeah. So I'm a bit like. The problem that we're in is that like it's his has gone so much bigger than he probably ever thought it would.
Yeah.
And the it's when it'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Would he be still at the top if the pandemic was a thing? You know. Yeah,
because the deal was done before the pandemic.
I mean, like the bigger you are, I think there's always going to be.
Oh, you're going to get more backlash.
You're always going to get more backlash. There's always going to be people that try and take down that thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Interesting.
It is really interesting. Yeah.
Like, how would you feel if someone said to you, like, you can't talk about vagina yeast anymore?
You can't. Yeah.
You can't do that.
I'd be really fair. Yeah, no, you're right. I think anyone should be able to talk about what they want to talk about. I think what I think is a problem is that like people say some stupid shit. Like I probably have some really stupid opinions.
Oh,
and have,
me
like,
too.
Yeah, like I'm not I hold myself like morally high, you know.
No.
And none of us should.
No.
What is silly is stopping the conversation. Like what's so dangerous is when like people who say hateful things and like, or say stuff that's wrong and it can get interpreted, then why is it that we just go, okay, no more then?
Yeah.
No more of you, because we don't need your opinion.
If you don't agree with me, I don't want to hear it.
Right, then it's
I don't want to hear it.
But we can't live in a world like that.
I don't know. But then again, what do I know? What do we know? What do any of us know? That's the whole point. That's the thing.
Free speech is
so valuable.
It is.
People just don't like to think for themselves anymore.
No, they do. God damn it! That's why the podcasts are a thing. Is because they do think for themselves. Like, that's why you have listeners. That's why podcasts are great, because you've got fans of each one.
Yeah,
so everyone can go in their own community. Everyone wants to feel like they're part of something and they're involved in a conversation that they feel really sits with what they believe in.
Yeah.
So why do we all just let them all do that?
Yeah.
Apart from the Nazis,
no,
they can fuck off.
I don't think they have a podcast, do they? I don't think there's a Nazi. I mean, there probably is. So yeah, go chase that one. Go
sort them, Neil Young.
Find the Nazi podcasts out, Neil Young.
Yeah, because those really aren't good. Those really aren't good. Should we maybe go and listen to Harvest Moon to calm ourselves down?
Well, this is the thing. The thing. Neil Young's done nothing wrong, and right. I'm like, absolutely, Jesus Christ! It sounds like I'm the biggest Rogan fan in the world. I'm not at all.
Well, here's what's interesting, Alf. Right? Are people actually bothered about this? Or is this just...
Here we go.
Like...
Is this just covering up the other news?
Well, this is it. Are we... No, but... I'm saying, if you get all the people in the room that have been talking about this on Twitter or talking about this in wherever, you get them all in a room, are they really that arsed? Probably not. No. Probably not, because everybody's struggling with their own personal stuff, whatever. You've got lives. All people are human beings with lots of interesting...
Yeah, no one's going to bed shivering in bed going,
oh gosh, I can't believe that. Yeah. But we're all like being distracted from...
Yeah, this is it.
We're being distracted from what is actually going on.
You preach that truth, baby.
Come on. And again, like, back to the book that I've been reading about... None of us really...
Okay, stop preaching now.
Sorry.
Slow it down.
About... okay, lady,
okay,
stop
pull it back,
talking,
pull it
lady.
Back, pull it back.
About none of us quite... Maybe we're all just incredibly disconnected from our own truth or our own... what we're actually... What our own purpose is.
Yeah.
Why are we all really bothered about what happens on the internet? Can we not just all just enjoy moment by moment, second by second? Take it in, Alf. Breathe it in. Breathe that air in.
Everything is a blessing.
Everything, this second by second, it's all just, we should be grateful for everything. Everything we've got.
Amen.
And we're all just looking for things to get angry. It's because we're angry at ourselves.
You hear that, people? You're just angry at yourselves. Right, I feel like we need to wrap up, but I feel like we need to finish on a higher note because we've been very intense.
Okay, it did get quite intense. Have you got anything nice to say about me?
Very rarely. No, I'm just thinking, do we have a funny story that we can tell about the holiday or something? Anything funny happened?
Not really. It was pretty
dull.
Pretty dull, yeah. Like, no, I mean, it wasn't dull, but it was a lot of reading, a lot of sitting in the hot tub.
Oh, yeah, we had a hot tub.
We had a hot tub, which was great. Alfie went from the Grudgeman. If you listen to the 24-hour podcast, I learned that, like, it was a great revelation, this, because you are that.
I am.
And
it's funny because you've never noticed it until I pointed it out. I've never noticed it.
And as soon as you went, oh, yeah, one of my nicknames from a mate was the Grudgeman. And I was like, oh my gosh, you are the Grudgeman.
I am the Grudgeman. I hold things.
You do.
I hold grudges.
And I love it, actually. Because I think and I like that you own it as well.
It's because the thing is with the Grudgeman, and my friend even said this, is that it's never about anything that's ever important. Like I never hold a sincere, dark grudge against someone.
It's not.
That's not in my character.
Malicious or no.
But I'll be annoyed at you for a little while, and I'll think of a way to.
I like it.
Chip the little Grudgeman in and bring it up.
I like it a lot. And
if the brownie thing happened to me,
Grudgeman.
The Grudgeman would be in full effect.
But we had a full-blown tubman. You became a tubman.
Oh, yeah, the Grudgeman turned into the tubman.
You are a happy person in a tub. Because, like, the hot tubs aren't something we experience on the reg.
Never. Honestly, I had a hot... a friend of mine had a hot tub that I'd been in.
Yeah.
But that was last time I'd been in a hot tub was probably when I was about 14, 15.
Yeah, and it's lovely, isn't it?
I rediscovered myself.
You did. You just like you just shook your hair down, and I could see all skin particles just.
Oh yeah. Oh, so many skin particles
slipping away in that hot tub. Just, it was great. Well, the first night we got in, we were a bit stubborn with it. She did say the woman was
stubborn
yeah. She said you might want to maybe give it a day to like really heat up. But when we got there, we were like, no, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Jumped in. It was pretty cold. And I remember thinking, oh, this isn't hot. No. This isn't what I really wanted.
Yeah.
And it put a bit of a damper on my first night there.
Yeah.
In my head, I was thinking, that hot tub isn't the deal.
And you'd been going on about, I was thinking, like, what's all the bloody hype about hot tub?
Yeah.
What? It's just a bit of lukewarm water with bubbles. Yeah. And I was like, I've had hotter baths.
Yeah, I know.
Not showing off, but I've had hotter baths.
So hot. You do not know how hot they get. And then when we, the next day, get in, she'd warmed up. It was piping hot.
Yeah, it was good.
And yeah, it was a great time. Yeah.
But then you also ruined the tub a little bit by telling the story of the video you saw of a girl shitting herself in one.
Oh yeah,
honestly, every time I got out of the tub, I feared that I'd just shit.
Yeah, it's the horror. It's the worst video. It's the embarrassment of it. And it's like a really old video of like a CCTV camera just over the hot tub.
Oh god, so it is pixelated.
And it's all just like
it?
Teenagers or like young people just having a party. No. Hot tub in, and she just stands up in panic. You can see it, and she's like, "Oh dear, something's gonna happen." And
20 hot dogs.
And then it happened. The hot dogs came out of there. They slid out of there, and they just were.
Has anything like majorly embarrassing like that ever happened to you?
Never.
You ever wee yourself at school?
Nope.
You ever poo yourself at school?
Nope. Have you? Have you ever shot yourself?
No. Not that I can remember. I almost shot myself at a festival once, but I managed to just to resolve the situation.
It was a close encounter.
It was a real close encounter with the turd kind. I was at a festival and I'd consumed some stuff that didn't make my belly feel very good. And
tacos, huh?
Oh, you know those tacos. And it was thankfully it's a festival in Europe, so the toilets were immaculately clean.
Yeah.
It was a pleasurable experience.
Yeah.
You know, I've never had a more pleasurable I'm gonna shit myself experience. Everything was super clean. It's in Lisbon, this festival. Great.
We get it. It was clean.
It was clean. God damn, it was so clean. So fucking clean.
Fucking cleanly.
Fucking clean.
Hey, cleany.
Dirty. Too fucking cleany. All right. And I got in, and it was rockets and fire. It was rockets and fire, and I was like, "Oh my god! If I didn't get in that cubicle literally a second sooner, that would have been everywhere."
Oh god!
Now, although the toilets were very clean and pleasant, there was no toilet paper, so I had to use my boxers. I had to wipe my boxers.
Oh no! And then you had to wear them.
No, I left them in the toilet.
Oh, good. I
just went. What do they call it when you don't have underwear on?
Commando.
Yeah, I went commando.
Yeah.
I had jeans. I didn't have jeans on. It was boiling. I had shorts.
Yeah.
I had shorts.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Shorts and no pants on. But I remember thinking like, it's you fucking English guy coming to the city, shitting, wiping your ass with boxes. I couldn't flush them, could I?
No, what did you do with them?
There was like a little bin.
Oh man, no, God, it's not good.
Yeah. But going back to the whole school thing, do you not remember there was this period at school where everyone was weed themselves?
Oh yeah, like primary school.
Yeah. I'm not talking about sixth form.
Oh no, he's done it again.
Oh, the pissy days.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just remember like it was like a weekly occasion in like year 2 maybe, or year 1 and 2, where like you'd see little pools of piss on the seat.
And the seats all had little holes in.
Yeah.
So, oh, did a little accident.
I remember one girl when I was in like year 1, maybe even young, maybe reception, and she like, do you remember the seats at primary school? And they'd like
I know.
dip low.
Dip low.
Dip low. So you'd have a big old cavern behind where your bum was.
Yeah, perfect puddle.
Pool. A pool. And she had a skirt on because, you know, girls wear skirts to schools, didn't they? All they did back then.
Yeah.
And she was like, yes,
my dog, I'm going to cry.
I've had she didn't say I've had an accident. I think she like didn't even say it out loud. She like she was like crying really gently.
Stop. Oh my God.
Like a really gentle cry. It was like a really, like, you could, you know, like, just as a kid, you can just, there's nothing worse, is there?
Alfie, this is why we can't have children, because I don't think
it
my
was
heart
like... Okay, she wasn't like, wee! She was like, and the teacher was like, are you okay? I've had an accident. And she got up, and she was like, oh, it's okay, Mrs. So-and-so. The teacher said, I'll go with you and we'll help you out. She got up, and this seat was full of it. She was so much wee. So she must have been holding it. And it happened. And
the teacher went, "That is a stupid amount of piss. Get out now. You should be ashamed of yourself."
She grabbed her face, shoved it, and said, "Look at what you've done.
Look what you've done. I could have forgiven you if it's a trickle. It's a damn pool.
It's a bloody swimming pool." It happened just before lunch. You know, that time in the day we've had 2 lessons, you had a 15-minute break. Obviously didn't go for a wee in a 15-minute break. And then she's got another third period.
She'll never do that again.
No. And I just remember looking and going, she has weed so much wee.
Alfie, I can't hear this. This actually makes me really sad, because I think about what that must be like for a young kid. It must be really horrible.
Oh yeah.
Like, but also maybe why don't you go to the toilet in time?
I think there's that like fear. She was a really shy girl.
Well,
I think
you're
there's
young,
that fear.
aren't you?
Yeah, like you don't want to like draw attention to yourself or anything, especially going, I need to go for a wee.
I know.
Like you just.
Or sometimes it is an accident. It just cognitively not thinking, because at that age, you know, like you're
having a great time drawing or
you're
whatever.
not thinking about you're having a good colour in.
Yeah.
And you're just pissing and
just pissing and colouring and pissing and colouring. That's what childhood's
I just
about,
piss.
Man.
Woman, let me just piss and colour in peace.
Colour in peace.
Yes.
Also, funny story, same girl. I actually don't remember her name because it was really young. I just remember this girl. She also swallowed a pen lid one day.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a wild time.
What a wild kid.
and she's here tonight swallowing a whole kiwi. Ladies and gentlemen, you've seen her before. It's the hot dog Capri Sun Downing girl.
We hired her to sew our t-shirts together.
And close the show. Yeah, she swallowed a pen lid, and she went to hospital. She wasn't choking, but the teacher was like, she was really small, and we were really little. If I swallowed a pen lid now, you'd be like, oh, you'll be fine. Maybe. But when you were a kid, it could get lodged, couldn't it? Yeah. So she went to the doctors, went to hospital. She should do. Maybe she'll have like a TikTok account where she just, you know, has a swallows station
breasts out, and she just picks up a pen and just. Yeah. You know, swallows pen lids, and she'll make money. And she's laughing at us, going, you know, you guys don't know shit because you're not making. You don't know what I do. Yeah. My skills. I've known since year 1. Right, we should probably wrap up the show, shouldn't we? Yeah, we should. We should do that, and then we'll go and do another one another day. Yeah, we'll do another one another day. Yeah, we've given you an extra long episode this week just to say thank you for and sorry for not being here last week. So I hope you enjoy. I've got some really great stuff to talk to you about in the next couple of ones as well. Oh, really? You've been saving the good stuff? Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, like, I've got some great videos that I want to share. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting back stuck into it. I'm revitalized and I'm here for it. Okay, good to hear. As always, follow the podcast on social media. You've got I could be your underscore grandma on Instagram. I could be grandma on Facebook. Subscribe on YouTube. You can get some merch. You can get your NFTs. We'll talk about that more in the next episode. Also, we've had a competition running for ages, where you can win 2 mugs. Come on. But we need to get to 200 followers on Instagram. We're on like 186. Oh, so we just need 14 more. So 14. Just go and bloody sign up and you can win yourself a pair of bloody mugs. Go and follow us on Instagram. Thank you, Hari Krishna. I love you very much. Love you too. Au revoir, everyone.